are definitely living in the last days, and you all know that we see the signs everywhere. One of the things that we must remember, and of course tomorrow morning I will be touching the efforts that started in the Garden of Eden and continued throughout the ancient Egyptian, Assyrian, Babylonian, and Greek magicians to bring about eventually a one world government. And we'll talk about it tomorrow. We'll talk about the fact that they were introducing to the world that pantheism, pantheos, everything is God. You know, the tree is a God, you're a God, the sky is God, everything is God. Therefore, there is no real one God. There is, we're all gods. And that was, of course, it all started there. We'll talk about all of that, but you must understand that in order to get the people to be one, in order to accept one government and one world leader, and it's all about bringing the whole world one, you also must create a global, one world religious system, because only religion brings about almost utmost or complete control of people. I don't need to tell you that religion controls people. Especially in the Philippines, you know that there are certain sects in the Philippines control, literally, the government, the military, the police, the judicial system. Control is the name. But you can imagine if one sect can control almost the entire country, how much more religion can control the whole world and how it's needed. Now, if you ever go to the book of Revelation and you reach to chapter 17, you see that the writer, John, introduces to us in chapter 17 two beasts. One that will be rising from the ocean, and another one that will be rising from the land. The rising from the ocean will be the Antichrist himself, which is the horrible, cruel world leader. But then you have the one that rises from the land. That means he already exists. He's in the land, and he has the figure of four lambs. You know, the lamb, it looks innocent. He's more of the pointing at Jesus, the Lamb of God. It has to be some sort of a religious figure that will cause people to actually follow the beast, the first beast. You understand that? So we are expecting a world-dominant religion that will actually become almost the only one, and we're expecting it to usher the coming of the Antichrist. But if you really carefully examine the scriptures, you'll see that at the end, the Antichrist is killing the other beast. Which means that he will be using the leader of that world religion and then kill him. And for years I've been thinking and praying about that. Although I kind of knew, I needed proofs. You can't really convince people, and of course you can't even convince yourself without the smoking gun, we say. And of course, we live in unbelievable times, and I thought, it's about time for me to share that message, simply because this is it. We're in the finish line. We must address that once and for all. Many people speculate about the world religion, the coming one world religion. I've heard more than one that it's going to be Islam. And they're saying Islam is the only religion that officially states that they want to take over the world. That's wrong. And that's not true. And if anything, Islam is the only religion that wants to take over the world, but by the power of the sword. That means we kill everyone who's not and we're going to have a bloodbath all over the world. And we will behead people. And in fact, they just revealed a couple days ago from documents that were proved to be authentic that ISIS is planning a major world crisis that will help and assist them to fulfill their dreams to turn the whole world into a one big caliphate. And by the way, the reason why people are talking about Islam as the world religion because they really believe that the Antichrist will be a Muslim. Because the Muslims believe in the coming of the Mahdi, the figure that will control the world. Let me explain to you one thing. Two things. Why I believe it's wrong. I'm a Jew. I'm an Israeli. I'm from the tribe of Judah. I don't know even a single Jew or Israeli that will ever receive a Muslim as his Messiah. To begin with. Second, I don't know why a Muslim Messiah must allow the Jews to build a temple and he must enter the Jewish temple in order to declare himself as God. So it cannot be a Muslim Antichrist, and it surely is not Islam that will be the world religion. Now you're probably asking, so what is it going to be? Well, I'm going to say the framework of that religion exists. It's just that it's emptying its content and it's refueling itself with new one. It's reshaping itself right now, and we are seeing an amazing shift in the last 1 year. That's why it's important that you know that. Now, Philippines is about 90% Catholic. Am I right? About 90% Catholic. What is it? 95. I want to believe it's only 90. All right, I really want to believe that there's about at least 10 million, born again here in this country. We want to be there. Now, everybody calls them Roman Catholics. But let me tell you something. They never called themselves in the beginning Roman Catholics. That which started actually in Constantinople in 325 AD wasn't really exactly Roman Catholic. It was just Catholic. Catholic means universal. That's the true meaning of it. Did you know that? Yeah, so it's not Roman Catholic, it's Catholic. Now, when I say universal, I mean that their aim, that it was meant to be, what? All over the world. It meant to be the religious frame of the whole world. That's why it's called universal, not for any other reason. Judaism is not looking to recruit new members. Islam will only convert you by the power of the sword wherever they go and take over. Neither Hinduism, nor Taoism, or Buddhism is making the effort to recruit people in the four corners of the world and pouring billions of dollars to do so. The Catholic Church is the only religion on planet Earth that has a full-blown strategy to do so. I want you to be ready with your pencils and start writing the 6 steps of becoming the world religion. First one is the reconciliation efforts within the Christian world. The reconciliation efforts within the Christian world. You have to understand, it started as just Catholic. Then in the 10th century, it split to Catholic and Orthodox. Then in the 1500s, it split to the Protestant also. And today we have about almost 33,000 different splits. And that root, the mother root, wants to take back all that's split out of it. And it pours enormous efforts in doing so. There's going to be a historical meeting shortly between the Pope and the Russian Orthodox Patriarch, Sergei Nikolaev, something like that. And there's an ongoing effort. The Anglican Church is already in the pocket of the Vatican. That's it. And they're working now, believe it or not, on the Protestants. In fact, they're doing an amazing job in recruiting Protestants right now. And when they do that, they don't even talk about Mary even one time. Ever since the creation of the Catholic Church, and certainly since the split in the 1500s, the first pope that ever addressed directly with a message to the Protestant church. And I want you to see that message. It's just a few minutes. And I want you to see the language. And I thought, wow, this is a great speech. I almost convinced to become Catholic.
Dear brothers and sisters, excuse me because I speak in Italian, but I am not speaking English. But I will speak no Italian, no English, but carefully. È una lingua più semplice e più autentica. E questa lingua del cuore ha un linguaggio e una grammatica speciale. La grammatica semplice, 2 regole. Ama Dio soprattutto e ama l'altro perché è il tuo fratello e la tua sorella. E con queste 2 cose andiamo avanti. Io sono qui con mio fratello, mio vescovo fratello Tony Panna. Siamo amici da anni. E lui mi ha detto del vostro convegno, del vostro raduno. E con piacere vi invio un saluto gioioso e nostalgico. Gioioso perché a me dà gioia che voi siete riuniti per lodare Gesù Cristo, l'unico Signore, per pregare al Padre e ricevere lo Spirito. E questo dà gioia perché si vede che il Signore lavora in tutto il mondo. È nostalgico perché succede come nei quartieri fra noi, no? Nei quartieri ci sono famiglie che si vogliono e famiglie che non si vogliono, famiglie che si uniscono e famiglie che si separano. E noi siamo un po', mi permetto la parola, separati. Separati perché i peccati ci hanno separati, i nostri peccati. I malintesi nella storia, ma una lunga strada di peccato comunitario. Ma chi ha la colpa? Tutti abbiamo la colpa, tutti siamo peccatori. Soltanto uno è il giusto, il Signore. Io ho la nostalgia che questa separazione finisca e ci dia la comunione. Io ho nostalgia di quell'abbraccio del quale parla la Sacra Scrittura, quando i fratelli di Giuseppe, affamati, sono andati a Egitto per comprare, per poter mangiare. Ma andavano a comprare, avevano i soldi, ma non potevano mangiare i soldi. E lì hanno trovato qualcosa più del pasto, hanno trovato il fratello. Tutti noi abbiamo dei soldi, i soldi della cultura, i soldi della nostra storia, di tante ricchezze culturali, anche religiose, tradizioni diverse. Ma dobbiamo trovarci come fratelli e dobbiamo piangere insieme, come ha fatto Giuseppe, quel pianto che unisce, il pianto dell'amore. Io vi parlo come fratello, e vi parlo così semplicemente, con gioia e nostalgia. Facciamo crescere la nostalgia, perché questo ci spingerà a trovarci, a abbracciarci e a lodare Gesù Cristo come unico Signore della storia. Vi ringrazio tanto per sentirmi. Vi ringrazio tanto per lasciarmi parlare la lingua del cuore. E vi chiedo anche un favore, di pregare per me, perché ho bisogno delle vostre preghiere. Io prego per voi, lo farò, ma io ho bisogno delle vostre preghiere e pregare al Signore perché ci unisca tutti. E avanti, siamo fratelli, ci diamo spiritualmente questo abbraccio e lasciamo che il Signore finisca l'opera che Lui ha incominciato, perché questo